To stay or not to stay? That is the question. And are you dreading that 4-letter word, move? Hi, welcome to Coffee, Conversation, and Common Sense. I'm Susan. Today we'll be talking about aging in place. It's the first in what I think will be about 4 episodes on aging in place, with each episode addressing a specific issue. Studies have shown that 80 to 95% of all seniors want to age in place or stay in their home as long as possible. The studies don't identify whether people are talking about their current home or a home that they're going to move to so they can age in place. We've all seen our parents or grandparents either move to a nursing home and we've gone, oh, that's just not for me. Or we've seen a parent or grandparent who's been able to stay in their home until they have an illness that requires that they be hospitalized. And they are able to stay in their homes for a reason. They've got support. My grandmother stayed in her home till she was 92 and then went to the hospital with pneumonia. Her home was the size of my main area here, my living room and kitchen. It consisted of 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, a small eat-in kitchen, and a small living room. Because remember, in the old days, couples slept in a double bed, not a king-size bed, and the TV in my grandparents' living room was about this big. It didn't need a wall to be hung from. So they were very happy in that home. It was easy to maintain, but more importantly, my aunt lived about 5 minutes away. And that is what made it possible for my grandmother to stay in her home. And so that's a consideration for all of us. But the first question I really do have to ask you about aging in place is, are you and your partner, if you're part of a couple, both retired, or is one working? If one of you is working, then are you willing to move and possibly extend the commute time? Or are you thinking of moving closer to the workplace? And if so, why? How long will you or your partner be working? Is it worth the move? What other considerations are you thinking about? One of the things that we don't think about is our health. Because so many people believe that aging in place is about the house, but it's not. It's about you. You're the person who's aging in place. The house isn't. So the first consideration that you have to think about is your health. Do you have a family doctor? And can you move a little bit further away to another community, to another area, and still maintain that family doctor? I don't know many areas that have a surplus of family doctors waiting for clients. I live in a small rural community, and I know several seniors who are living in homes that I'm sure for the most part are shut down. They're 2-story homes, and I'm sure they're living primarily on the first floor except for their bedroom because of their family doctor. Their family doctor, their physiotherapist, their optometrist. They've got somebody who will drive them to a doctor's appointment in another community. It's a service that our community provides, or they have a neighbor who will do it. A friend needed radiation treatment, and 7 or 8 people signed up, and everybody took a turn and took them for their treatment. Is that something you have now, and are you willing to give it up? We bought a home prior to this one, where the couple who were living there put on a bathroom attachment. It wasn't really well attached to the house, I have to say that, because they couldn't get upstairs. and they slept in recliners in the living room. That is not aging in place. That's growing old. The other consideration you want to have is, what are the other amenities that you are currently enjoying, or that the person you are with is enjoying if they're the retired person? Is there a library where you go to? Are you part of a book club? If not at the library, do you have a book club? And do you really enjoy that aspect, that social interaction? Do you have a hairdresser? Okay, as women, come on, let's talk about it. Are you willing to give up your hairdresser? That's something else you want to consider. Can you pop down and get ice cream on a hot summer's night? These are part of your life. This is your retirement. This is where you want to be, or what you want in your life. And are you willing to give them up? If you don't have 2 cars, or if, for example, you have cataracts and you can't drive, can you take a bus to meet a friend for lunch? Can you take a bus to a doctor's appointment? Again, these are all part of aging in place. These are the things that make your life enjoyable. They make it move smoothly. This is why we work so hard. Our retirement was supposed to be our golden years, not another layer of struggling. And yes, we will struggle at some point, but really, think about some of these things that you are currently taking for granted. You just go and get your hair done, you go get the ice cream. It's fine. Look around you now. Is your community changing? Are there new homes going in? Have you heard that there's maybe challenges with the water system? Who knows? Ask the planning people. Is that something you want to deal with? Do you want to go and turn your tap on and find out that the water's brown? We've had flooding. Is that something that you want to have to worry about as you get older? It's okay now, but in the years to come, do you want to be competing with all your neighbors to get a plumber and get somebody to take all your stuff away? And you really can't predict that, but it's something to consider. The other thing is, as you get older, do you know if there's a snow removal system that you can hire? We had a brutal winter this year. Fortunately, we have mechanics to make it more bearable. But do you have a snowblower, or can you hire someone to remove the snow from your driveway? Do you have someone who can come and cut your lawn? Right now you may be able to do it, but will you always be able to do it? And are you willing to give up your home just because you can no longer cut the lawn or work in your garden? These are the small things that make your house, your home, your life. And these are things that you should consider finding out about. Is there a big development going on? Is there a new highway going on? These are things that are going to impact you. I know that we've had people putting in homes down the road, and we live in a rural setting, so they've got to drill for wells. And do you know what it sounds like when they're bang, bang, bang on a summer afternoon when you're trying to sit out and either read or maybe have a glass of wine? We need to allow them to bang for their well, but it's annoying, right? So that is something else that you want to consider before you decide whether this is where you're going to age in place or not. And what about your neighbors? If your next door neighbor was your best friend and she's told you that she's selling her house, and then you get a young couple in next door and they're lovely people, but it's the summertime. They've got 2 or 3 young kids. They've got a swimming pool. They've got a trampoline, and they've got a dog. And everybody's outside and everybody's having a wonderful time, and you're not outside. Because as much as you understand that it's a family and that they need to have it, it's just a little annoying. So these are things that people don't consider when they're thinking about aging in place, whether they want to stay where they are or whether they're going to move. So I have 2 questions for you before I wrap this up. One, what do you really love about your house? And 2, what really annoys you about either your house or where you live. And finally, this is going to be a 4th segment topic. And at the end of the 4th segment, I will be putting together a checklist, and it will be in a PDF form, and you will be able to purchase it, I've been told, off of YouTube. And so you can just sit back with your coffee and enjoy the segments. And if you want the checklist, you can pick one up at the end of the 4th section. Take care. Have a great day.